Lots to digest and a lot of voices to be heard. Stick to the frequency that amplifies those voices, stories and reports that make the difference. This is Akojopo News, 88.7 FM, the people's voice.
This is Kunle Amzat Studio, Akojopo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening, welcome to News Around the World on Akojopo 88.7 FM Ibadan, the most listened to radio station. I am Wuraola Yusuf. The headlines: Federal government are ready to revive Akojopo Steel, National Textile Mills. Oyo government takes delivery of 2 surveillance aircraft. Bonham explains a new move to offer technical training to 14-year-old pupils. Trump voices frustration with Netanyahu on eve of White House Iran summit. Rafiat Lawal wins gold number 6 for Nigeria. And now the details. The federal government has said it is advancing plans to revive declining textile factories and the Akojopo Steel Company as part of effort to strengthen Nigeria's industrial base and drive economic growth. The Minister of State for Industry, Senator John Eno, disclosed this during an interview on a television program that the President Tinubu administration was implementing the National Industrial Policy (NIP) to boost manufacturing, create jobs, and support its ambition of building a $1 trillion economy. The minister described industrialization as central to the federal government's economic agenda, stressing that increased production remained essential to sustainable economic growth. Religious preaching and public transport has long been a common practice across Nigeria, with many seeing it as a way of spreading the gospel and encouraging moral values. However, discussions over a proposed 50,000 naira fine for certain forms of public preaching have sparked mixed reactions, raising questions about the balance between freedom of religion and public order. Akojopo FM News correspondent Shilio Lakingbade reports on Nigerians' reactions to the proposed bill. Aisha Oladeji brings a report.
The Nigerian Senate recently passed the Federal Road Safety Corps Amendment Bill 2026, which proposes a 50,000 naira fine for anyone convicted of preaching, hawking, or trading inside commercial transport vehicles. Lawmakers state the rules aimed to limit driver distractions and improve road safety, sparking intense public debate over passenger comfort versus constitutional rights. The proposed 50,000 naira fine for certain forms of public preaching has continued to generate conversation among Nigerians, with many expressing different views on the policy and its possible impact on religious freedom. Speaking with Akojopo FM News, a regular traveler, Mr. Ahmed Abidemi, said he supports the proposed bill, explaining that one's relationship with God should be personal, and added that he does not believe the government is trying to attack any religion.
In the course of you preaching to people in the bus, I believe it can cause distraction, and even there's people that may not even believe in your opinion, and this thing can even cause like disagreement in the bus as well, which I believe can lead to accidents, can lead to loyalty.
Passengers, one thing or the other, they are, passing through or thinking of. Some may be stressed out, maybe some just want to read or study, and some just want a peaceful journey. So I don't think preaching in the bus is the right place.
In a separate interview with Akojopo FM News, a traveler, Mrs. Benga, described the preaching in public transport as acceptable However, she acknowledged that every government has policies.
We didn't know the actual word that will actually meet this person's need. We don't know the exact time, the exact place where God is actually going to manifest in someone's life. So whatever the person is saying at that time might be useful to someone. Some are traveling because they got jilted. Some travel because they feel they are alone. And even in some cases, you feel that these people don't really have destination. They are just going. And when this word comes to them, it meets them.
Also speaking with Agidigbo FM News, a commercial bus driver, Mr. Taju Adelabo, said those who preach in public should do so with wisdom and sensitivity. The debate over the proposed bill reflects the differing opinions of Nigerians on balancing freedom of religion with the need to maintain peace and order in public spaces. As discussions continue, many believe that whatever decision is taken should protect the rights of all citizens while encouraging mutual respect among people of different faiths. Aisha Oladeji, Agidigbo FM News.
The Oyo State government has taken another major step to reinforce its security architecture with the delivery of 2 surveillance aircraft aimed at improving intelligence gathering and rapid response to security threats across the state. The aircraft were officially received by Governor Makinde at the newly upgraded tarmac of the Samuel Ladoke Akitola Airport, Ibadan, marking what the government describes as a significant investment in protecting lives and property. Governor Makinde, while speaking with newsmen, said the decision to acquire the aircraft was driven by the vast geographical size of Oyo State, noting that security personnel on the ground alone could not effectively cover every part of the state.
We planned for the aircraft, for us to be able to cover as much within the shortest possible time of the landmass in Oyo State. I'm glad that now it's here, and I believe we will always do what is right in the interest of our people, because in an atmosphere of insecurity, you can hardly do anything. People say I look better now because our children are back, our teachers are back, and we're moving on with the plan.
The governor also explained that the Bauchis was conceived long before the recent abduction of pupils and teachers in Orire local government, insisting that the aircraft was part of a long-term strategy to improve surveillance and emergency response.
When we took the decision to purchase this surveillance aircraft, it was because of the sheer landmass, the size of Oyo State. We knew that we had to complement the boots on ground. We didn't know Orire was going to happen. I've seen people criticize us and say, oh, where's the aircraft?
Governor Makinde, however, assured the residents that his administration remains committed to safeguarding lives and ensuring every part of the state benefits from improved security surveillance. The Honorable Speaker of the People's Parliament on Agidigbo FM's program, Shokonwa, Comrade Shegun Kumbayi, has advised citizens residing in Ibadan to be careful as the Ololu masquerade will be coming out soon. Speaking on the program today, Comrade Ogunbayi listed some areas where the masquerade will be passing and further advised the residents, especially women and female children, to avoid going out during the period. The speaker also cautioned people to respect and not attack other people's religion, noting that the law recognizes tradition and urged people to do the same. Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Clemson Studio, Agidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damlola. Secondary school pupils in England will be able to study subjects like manufacturing and AI, in addition to core academics learning under reform outlined by Prime Minister Andy Boham. The government said the courses, which will be available from year 10, will be linked to local industries and design to give children a clearer pathway into work. Data published this year show more than 1 million young people across the United Kingdom were not in education, employment, or training the highest level in more than 12 years. Although few details have been published about how the new vocational courses will work in practice, and it is not clear how they will operate in areas with low industry activity. The Prime Minister said he was on a mission to reduce the number of young people not in education or employment. However, he declined to put a target date on this ambition. Ukraine Foreign Minister yesterday dismissed Iran accusation as unjustified and groundless following the attack on a vessel in the Caspian Sea. Ukraine accused Iran of being a direct accomplice in Russian war against Ukraine by supplying Moscow with weapons. The minister said the regime in Tehran is accomplice to Russian aggression against Ukraine, foiling Moscow criminal war with weapons that have killed Ukrainians since 2022. Although Iran claimed Ukraine attacked one of its commercial vessels in the sea, condemning the incident as an act of aggression, thereby calling on the United Security Council, the EU, and the international community to hold those responsible accountable. And that ends the news from Pulamza Studio at Gidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola.
You're welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio, Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya. U.S. President Donald Trump will host Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Tuesday as the wars in Iran and Ukraine reach pivotal moment, highlighting his increasingly different relationships with each leader. Trump's relationship with Zelensky has improved as Ukraine has slowed Russian advances on the battlefield. In contrast, Netanyahu arrives in Washington amid growing frustrations within the White House over the lack of progress towards a broader resolution of the Iran conflict, as well as criticism from some of Trump's supporters who oppose deeper U.S. involvement in the Middle East. Both leaders are in Washington to attend a memorial service for Senator Lindsey Graham, the hawkish Republican who was one of Trump's closest allies and a consistent advocate for stronger U.S. support for Ukraine. Upon arriving in Washington, Zelensky said that strengthening anti-ballistic missile defenses and expanding strategic cooperation with the United States would be the top priorities during his meetings with Trump and his administration. Nigeria said South Africa has agreed to prosecute those responsible for recent attacks on foreign nationals, while Abuja is compiling compensation claims for losses suffered by Nigerians as both countries seek to ease tension over the violence. The commitment came after talks in Abuja on Monday between Nigeria's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Shola Eniko-Olaye, and South Africa's Minister of International Relations, Ronald Lamola. The meeting was aimed at diffusing tensions following attacks on Nigerian nationals living in South Africa. According to Nigeria's Foreign Ministry, about 1,490 Nigerians were repatriated following the unrest on July 16. The violence has reignited a long-standing source of frictions between Africa's two largest economies. Lamola said Pretoria remained concerned about criminal activities allegedly involving some Nigerian nationals, including drug trafficking and cybercrime, while stressing that such offences should be addressed through legal system rather than vigilante action. And that has the news from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya.
And now in the exciting world of sports, Rafiat Folashade Lawal has successfully defended her Commonwealth Games title, producing another record-breaking performance to win gold in the women's 58 kg weightlifting event. The Nigerian dominated from start to finish, setting new Commonwealth Game records in all three lifts, with its sixth gold medal at Glasgow 2026 and a third weightlifting gold at the Games. The Team Nigeria will now look to build on Lawal's record-breaking triumph as the athletes continue their push to meet the country's medal expectations at the later Games. To wrap up the news this evening, here's a recap of the headlines. Federal government ready to revive Ajaokuta Steel and National Textile Mills. Oyo government takes delivery of 2 surveillance aircraft. Burnham explains the new move to offer technical training to 14-year-old pupils. Trump voices frustration with Netanyahu on eve of White House-Iran summit. Rafiatu Lawal wins gold number 6 for Nigeria.
Don't forget that you can listen to us live on our website www.agidigbo88.7fm.com. You can also download our mobile app on Google Play Store and iOS. Simply search for Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Follow us on Facebook at Agidigbo 88.7 FM, on Twitter and Instagram at Agidigbo 887 FM, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have news stories and tips for us, contact our newsroom on 070-8714-4865 or send us a mail on newsroom@agidigbo887fm.com.
And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. Do not be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on Akojopo 88.7 FM Ibadan, the most listened to radio station. I am Rola Yusuf. Thank you for listening. Good evening.